It's been a while since we've last stepped foot in this park, and much has changed. My name is Capital Thrills, and welcome back to East Brooke Estates. I can't wait to show you around this tropical paradise. Let's dive on in. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to East Brooke Estates. This is without a doubt the largest park I've built, and it's also quite different from what I've done in the past. So, unlike all of the other parks that I've built, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but this one was built in challenge mode, which means I had to worry about cash, I had to worry about staff needs, and all that kind of extra management stuff. And I gotta admit, it did make for a very nice challenge. But this park as a whole was kind of a challenge for me because the fact I didn't know how I wanted to take the direction, like with the design, because it's tropical, but because there's multiple different ways I could have gone about it. I could have made like a whole ruining type of thing with castles, pirate. I could have gone pirate. I could have gone so many other directions, but I try to take some inspiration from Silverette's, Lady Designers, and Corrales. Like that whole bunch is Koali Beach. That's a tropical park, and that's what I based off to do this one, although I had my own touch to it, and here we are at the front gate of it now. So this has taken me quite a long time. It's back over several years, and there are some videos of it on my channel actually already. It's only a couple episodes, there's only 3 or 4 episodes, but this was made 2 or 3 years ago when I first started that series, I think. I'll make sure to include a link to the playlist. I don't know if I'll include this in part of that or not. I might make this part of the park tour stuff like we have been doing. But yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and walk in. Everything's got custom signs, everything's nice. Warm and welcoming with some nice ambient sounds in here. And as you can see with the big wing coaster right above us here, if it ever shows up. Now, one thing I must mention is that this park was made in hard mode, so that means ride breakdown a lot faster and guests are harder to please and stuff like that. So it may take us a bit more of a challenge to get on everything, but that's totally alright. As you can see, we are walking in now. Here is the main entrance plaza type of area. So we get our big looping coaster and our big strata, or not strata, our hyper and our wing coaster right over there. And several other flat rides all around. So what I think we'll do is we will go left and then work our way around the park, back around that direction. So let's go ahead and start off by working our way down that way, going through all the people here. Oh my god. So one thing you guys should know is this park has about 4,000 guests in it, which isn't bad, but it's not as bad as it was anyway, because currently on my PC, I've got, I think if you might be able to see it there in the top left-hand corner, I've got about 30 frames per second or so in this park, which isn't bad considering the amount of people that's in here, but I have to have that many people just because of the fact that I have to make money. And before, when I didn't have that many, I only had like 2,000, I wasn't making anything because of this mine train back over here, but we'll get to this in a moment. So I had to have that many just because of the fact I needed to make money. So yeah, and anyway, here's our first little flat ride here. You might see a couple others over there. This is just our simple, like, Troika type of ride. It's got 3 arms. You see them at most of your theme parks like Kings Island, Cedar Point. They're everywhere. Nice and simple. Got some little covers over there. Simple sign right here. And the whole park lights up at night too, as you can see by all the lamps and stuff. We'll take a look at that later at the end of the video. And you quickly come up here. Little seating area with some, oh, I'm on top of a tree now. Hang on. I'll cut to it back in a moment. But yeah, here's our building of mine train over here. I guess while we're up here, we'll take a look around over here. We have a big restaurant back in this building over here. We can take a quick look at that in a moment. Hang on, I need to get up for this. Hang on. Now I'm off a tree. I got a couple shops over here. I'm now realizing I forgot to put little extra details in front of this, but that's really okay. I just wanted the part done. I was tired of it sitting in my inbox, not being done yet. Anyway, I guess you'll go ahead and make it over to our first coaster here. This park's only got 6, but I think they're all of good size and good length. So, and here's the name of it, Iron Ridge Railway. So, the backstory I've adapted to this, excuse me, my language is terrible, as you might now have not noticed. Anyway, the backstory as I've gathered is this is like an old transport ride that would take you to like Westbrook Pines. It would take you to some other parks that I've made and some also other creators, but you eventually get diverted off into a dangerous path and you go into like this haunted railway kind of thing. It's not the most elaborately themed ride or anything like that, but I was trying to make sure to keep in mind the amount of money I was making, because this ride both makes me the most money and loses me the most money at the exact same time. It's because of how it's designed and stuff like that, and we can get into that later. I'm going to show you like the whole statistics. But anyway, so here we are inside the station building. Like I said, it's not overly detailed or anything like that, but it gets the job done. We have some little bit of detail like the whole departing to Westbrook Pines and Castaway Cove, some parks I've done. And they're not all just in Planet Coaster 1. Some of these are in Planet Coaster 2. And we'll get to that later. So I guess what we'll do is I will quickly jump to it. I will show you the ride stats, stuff like that, and we'll go from there. Hang on, how do I do this? This. But yeah, so Iron Ridge Railway here. Here's a look at all the stats right here. Unfortunately, I couldn't get quite as exciting. I realized going back that this ride is too big and sprawling, but it's completely okay. Yeah, here's a look at all the different stats right here. So yeah, I will go ahead and cut to it when it's ready. I am super proud with how that ride turned out. It still could have probably been themed and touched up in other places, but I am completely okay with that. Now as we step out of here, just look at the view from this angle. See, that's one thing about parks I think people need to really make sure they do is utilize your uphill terrain and stuff like that, because you get incredible viewpoints like this. This isn't even the best of that. We'll get to that later, especially when we get back over there to the big coaster over there. Anyway, as we quickly try to shuffle our way down here, I am really struggling with this camera right now. Hang on, let me switch into first-person mode. Hang on. I can't believe how nice it is just to be able to walk around the park and enjoy the finished product now. I'm not having to worry about theming another land or anything like that. I mean, that's the thing. There's not really like a theme to land per se. This is all just one big cohesive theme, and I think it's really turned out for the best. Our little viewing point over here. I have made sure to include a lot of ambient sounds and stuff like that, because the park on its own, while it does sound nice with all the ride sounds and stuff, having this nice little ambiance really helps bring it all to life, at least in my opinion. And here we go, got the Windjammer sign up there. It's just a standard Wild Blue ride back over here, and this is one of the original rides I started off with here. It was my original moneymaker until I got the coasters going, which even then, they still hurt me a bit, but it's alright. Because like when the ride closes, obviously you gotta refund the people, but it's okay. As we walk on our way, as we see, we have our other coaster back here. This is the first one we did, and this is the one that you still can't see in that original playlist. Which I will make sure to link all those videos and stuff in the end of the video at the in the description. Excuse me, man. Words are really a problem for me today. I have no idea what has happened. I think I haven't had enough sleep. I don't know about you guys. And here we also have another ride over here. This is a classic, like, Swift Drifters, although they're mostly called the Whip in real life. These are actually one of my favorite flat rides. You can find them at Dorney Park still, Kennywood, and a couple other ones. They're kind of hard to come by, which is a real shame. I think they're really fun for what it is. And I'm sure now they could, nowadays they could easily retrofit parts and stuff like that, I'm sure. I don't know the rides mechanically though, I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and make our way back to our second coaster here, which I've called Havoc. It's not the most stylized on or whatever, but it's a sign nonetheless. I think it gets the job done. Because I try to go, like I've said, I've tried to go for stylized rather than theme, although in some instances we've kind of gone overboard. Yeah, this is not the, unfortunately, this is not the original station though. I have touched this up since the original videos came out. I just think this looks so much more clean, not utilizing so much of the thatch stuff, which I wish I had gotten better at. I'm just not as good at integrating it, and I prefer the whole plank aesthetic better. I think it adds some contrast, especially when you have stucco right here. That's such a bright yellow. I mean, you can change the colors, but I prefer just to leave it in its natural state. Yeah, anyway, this is pretty simple queue. You just got a standard, like, queue cover right here. I'll go ahead and make our way up to queue right now. I wish the keys wouldn't move me as so fast. I wish I could have a bit more control over like how fast I actually move, but it is what it is again. And here we go inside the station right here. This park does have lots of lights here, which is not something I originally was planning on doing because this is a nature park more or less, so I wasn't planning on it. But I still think it's turned out for the better, and I think this station has also turned out really, really well. And here we are at the first coaster in the park we did. This is the American Aero, so this is based off the real life, like Aero Suspended, not Aero Suspended, Aero Custom Loopers, excuse me. I am really struggling with my ride models today. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and show you the ride stats here. It's getting ready to board now. Stop it right there. Here's a look at all the ride results and stuff like that if you want to see them. I'll go ahead and cut to it when it's ready, so let's go. Havoc, the American Aero Looping Coaster. So that is really fun. I am extremely happy with how it turned out. It's got a perfect blend of being rough and also nice and smooth. Because that's the one downside of this kind of a game. All your coasters can be perfectly smooth, which is that for an Aero, that's just not realistic. Because I've never seen a perfectly smooth one in my life. I'm just going to be blunt about that. Although Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood's pretty close contender. I just love the look of this park, man. I'm so happy to share this with you guys. I am so unbelievably proud of this. Yeah, anyway, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to make our way towards the back of the park. I'm not going to go down too many of the side paths. I'll leave that to you guys to fully explore in your own time. If you come check out the park, I will make sure to put a link to it in the description to the Steam Workshop page, because I think it is really fun. Just gorgeous. I love the sightlines of this park, and especially being able to walk right up here to the Batwing right here. I am super happy. I will say, this is not the original design of this, because I did have to change the profiling some, just to make the transition from the corkscrew into it a little smoother. I felt it coming all the way down to the ground was too much, so I think this works just as well. I think you get some nice pull out of it. Yeah, anyway, let's keep going on our way down this way. Here's one of these, this is an insanity ride in the game, but for this time I call it hang time, as you're hanging upside down and stuff like that. Pretty simple and super and basic. Got lights everywhere. It's got a simple cover of it. I try to include a cover in all the queues, regardless of what the ride is and stuff like that, because no one wants to have to wait out in the rain. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep on working our way down here. This is also a simple little food court over here. Nothing fancy, anything like that. This is also not the original design. The original design was more of like a townhouse style thing. It didn't really fit the whole tropical aesthetic you guys were going for. Like the Quality Beach Park, like I said, this is inspired off of. Look at the view of that right there. A shame there's no train on it right now, but it's alright. But yeah, anyway, so there is a bit of a kickflip over there, which is like a zipper ride you can find at a carnival, which I've actually ridden one. I actually really enjoy them. They always look crazy looking, but I'm glad they aren't as chaotic as I thought they would be. But yeah, here is our B&M wing coaster right here. Is there a train coming by at all? It doesn't look like it. What's the train doing up there? That's really odd. I don't know. Because I've seen it break down before, but I don't think I've seen it break down in that spot. So that's very interesting. So we might have to wait to give that a ride later. But yeah, just thought I'd show you guys really quick. But yeah, anyway, we'll go ahead and go and make our way down this way. And I wish I could control the speed of how fast you move with Hedge Cam. Because it just feels unnaturally moving this fast, but I guess we're going to have to make it work. Oh, goodness. Something is wrong with the Eagles Fortress over there. We'll have to give it a look in a moment here. But yeah, so here is the look of Eagles Fortress, the big B&M wind coaster right there in the middle of the park. It's got a simple fortress vibe. It's supposed to look like it's all run down and ruined. So you just like look at this view right here. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so with the coaster being like that, I might have to come back and visit a little bit later. So I'm not going to touch on this too much right now. I might actually jump cut and see what's wrong with that in a little bit. So for the time being, I think what we'll do is we'll go this way over to its next door neighbor, Aether, which is an intimate hydraulic launch coaster. So think of it as like a Storm Runner or Accelerator, one of those type of coasters. Again, it's also got a nice little cover right here. I try my best to make use of all the different types of planks and stuff like that. Makes it feel like it's more handcrafted and stuff like that. Obviously the station up here. The station's actually inspired a bit by Iron Gwazi Station at Busch Gardens, Tampa, with the big like arch right there. And obviously this one has a downside being right here along the border, so I couldn't really cover this one up too much. But I think it's totally alright. But yeah, anyway, they're getting ready to go right now. One's in the station right now, so I will go ahead, do this. I'm going to pull up the ride stats, just ignore all that. I unfortunately can't get rid of that due to the fact that the park is in campaign mode, so it has to be making money and stuff like that. But yeah, here's looking at all the stats and stuff. It's not the biggest ride in the park, but it also definitely gets the job done. Green across the board, and lots of amounts of airtime in here. So yeah, so I will cut to you when it's ready. Okay, and there was Aether, the intimate hydraulic launch coaster, and perfect timing for us getting on that as it just broke down as the maintenance guy is walking right over here. Oh, it's that game's on pause now. Alright, so anyway, there was that all taken care of. I'm really proud of that one as well. This one has received many design changes, mostly in how, like, this section of the ride right here flowed. Because originally I had it doing, like, some inversion right here, and it just didn't work. And also the colors have changed multiple times. It was originally like a blue, then went to an orange, and now it's a purple. I went to a purple because I felt it stood out from the other coasters in the park. I try to make sure they all felt distinct and had their own identity while still being all in this tropical, like, sort of vibe here. And as you can see, just popping down here real quick, there's a look at the sign right here. Make sure to give it a nice little gradient. As the sign is nothing, the sign itself is nothing special, excuse me, but I want to make sure the sign in the station felt unique. As you can see, some blatantly obvious spotlights right there for the nighttime lighting. So we will make sure to give everything a nice nighttime look before we sign off today. And also, I did quickly do a off-camera thing, make sure what was wrong with the Eagle's Fortress over there. Turns out it was just stuck in a weird position. I don't know. I've never seen it do that before. So hopefully that gets up and running. Oh, there it is right now. So it's all running now. So, but what I think what we're going to do. You know what? We're already over here. Why not? Let's go ahead and walk over here this way. Because I want to save, obviously, the big one back over here for last. I don't want to make the Eagle's Fortress last. So we will walk around back over this way again. With the crowd of people that is right here. The crowd is all right here. So we're going to go over here, quickly check out this old fortress here. That's all been broken down and stuff. As the Eagle is taking over and made its own palace. And as you can see here, a relatively simple cube surrounded by scenery and obviously in the courtyard of the castle itself here. And the castle, it doesn't have the most stylized cube or anything like that, but it is definitely a nice little cover. Nice to be out of the shade. And also make sure to give this its own identity with the whole broken down walls, stuff like that. I think that's a really nice detail to add into your coasters if you have like this rundown effect. Because it makes this feel like much more worn down and with like your windows and stuff down here on the ground. I think it's really, really neat. So anyway, we have currently people loading onto this thing right now. Let's see if we can't get it loading a little bit more. Oh, before takeoff. Yeah. I will quickly show you the ride stats. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's it. Get rid of all that up there. Yeah, here's a look at all the stats right here. It's a little bit longer than the launch coaster we were just on. But for a being, I think it does just well. It has a nice variety of elements, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. So yeah, I will go ahead and cut to it. So, okay, that was Eagle's Fortress all taken care of, the B&M Wing Coaster. It's not the best smoothness-wise, but I think just from like what it does, I think it's really good. The wing coasters are hard to do, and just anything like this, like the dive coaster, for example, they are hard to do to smooth because like you're on the like being on the wings means you're the furthest in the center of gravity, so they're always going to be a bit more wobbly. Which that's true for all the real-life counterparts if you've ever ridden one of these. I know Gatekeeper at Cedar Point is guilty of this, at least I think so. But it's granted, it's also a, 10, 13-year-old ride. This one actually takes some experience off a couple different real life coasters. I believe. Oh, like, hold on, I'm really trying to think. This is based off the blue one over in Tivoli Gardens, I think is the one. I feel so bad. I should know all the European parks like the back of my head, but I just don't. I'm sorry, guys. I really probably should have done some more research for coming into this, but I'll make sure to include in this part on coaches actually based off, because there's a couple of different ones. Is this one, and also like back with us, the Damonen, I believe what they're called. Um, I believe it's Raptor at Garland, I think is the one that is based. I think that's the name of it. It's white. I don't remember. I'll make sure to enter the video. I'm sure we'll make sure to include that in the make sure to put that part of the thing here. But yeah, anyway, so back here, we got just a couple little flat rides back here. We have a nice drop tower, and there's octopus right over here. Simple little signs back here. Drop zone back here. Obviously based off the real life counterpart drop tower. And obviously back here, we've got this little viewing platform of the big hypercoaster. Okay, so yeah, here we are looking up at the big coaster right over here. Here's a look at it. Isn't it just, it looks so like just massive from this perspective. I know, she said it. This is the best, guys. I had a plan coming into this, and the plan is obviously not working too well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start making our way over that direction. What I think I'm gonna do, instead of going that way, I'm gonna go around this direction and go back over to the side with Aether over here. Getting the size of the wing coaster right here. I'm so glad I decided to go with putting this right in the middle of the park. It gets some really nice sightlines up there. Yeah, so we're gonna go back this way because, like I said, I want to save the big Solstice back there for last. So we're gonna go this way. Check out some of the smaller shops back here. They're not overly detailed or anything like that, but they're to get the job done, because everyone needs to have enough. You gotta have enough food and drink stalls. That's just an absolute must. I know it's a real problem. The real life theme parks I have sometimes. But yeah. And also, of course, taking the sightlines of the hydraulic launch coaster back here on the back. I like how it just sits back here on its own. Get some really nice forces, and also being back on its own means you get some really nice pictures out of it. So yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hang on, guys. Okay, so here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I think I see back there the wind coaster back there. I just love the way all these coasters I've managed to frame them. It's something I really hope I can inspire you guys some with in your parks. Look at them from every direction and try to find good vistas. The goal with that one was to make sure you can see like the whole park around you and stuff like that. Now, see over here we have a nice little tilt-a-whirl over here, just to quickly transition from that. Again, having a nice little cover of it. This is like one of my first attempts at trying to make sure to cover my flat rides, because it is nice to have something to do when it's raining. You know it sucks when that happens. And then obviously another food stand right here. So keep coming this way around. As you can see, we have a big hammer swing back there in the back, like Skyhawk at Cedar Point. Actually, we can go and quickly go up here right now. I call it Sky Surge here. Make sure you're swinging to the sky because it's big and powerful. Another little food court back over here. Nothing crazy too much, but we do have a nice little viewpoint of the wooden coaster timber trials back over here. Again, this is based off this is GCI inspired wooden coaster right here. It's not the longest, but it's also not the shortest, and it's something I definitely want to improve on in the future is my wooden coaster game. Because every good park needs a good wooden coaster. We also have another little airplane ride. I just realized I'm in pause mode. My bad. Yeah, and we have like this little airplane ride. I believe Knoebels has one of these, and I've rode it. I think it's pretty cool. It's really weird because you're not like strapped in or anything. It's just like you and like the team can that it is those airplanes. So it's really funny. And obviously there's a wooden coaster back there in the back. This one I just kept it called Zozo. I didn't feel like overcomplicating the name on that airplane ride right back there. Yeah, I think it's really nice. So anyway, here we are at the wooden coaster here, Timber Trials. This is the only sign that's different from the rest of them, like style-wise. I wanted to just want to feel a bit more rustic and stuff like that. Again, back to the whole idea is making it feel like it's its own thing. So I guess we're going to quickly go in here, check out the entrance. There's a lot of people coming to get here with me. I think I may have overestimated how many people I needed in this park. Maybe I should have closed it down and reopened it back up, but it wasn't as crowded. Again, nice little cube cover back there. A little bit different from the rest, but still same idea. And here we are at the station of it. While waiting on a queue, again, I just want to quickly point out that this little operator booth over here, this is the first time I really want to try to decorate them up. It's not the best by any means, but I think it certainly gets the job done. But yeah, here it is pulling in right now. So I will quickly go ahead and pull up the stats for you guys. So here they all are if you want to see them. Oh, I now realize that vertical G-force is not very good, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I will cut to when it's ready. And just like that, there was the Timber Trials, and as you see, just casually leads right there. Oh, my camera's screwing up. That is really fun. I'm really happy with the layout, although if I had noticed that it was 5.3 vertical Jesus at some point, I probably would have changed it. I will mention right now, this is the only coaster in the park that doesn't have lights all the way on the track because of, I just wanted it to feel like it's back in the woods. All the other ones aren't quite like that. It's a wooden coaster. I wanted it to feel a bit more wild and out of control. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. But I will say, if you guys have any suggestions or tips on how to do these GCIs a bit better, please let me know when it comes to like track profiling. Because I really do struggle with it sometimes, because the way that GCIs move between like curves and stuff, it's really phenomenal. The way they snap between two different directions is really nice. Now obviously we just have one more big coaster to get to. Depending, what we'll do, we'll go walk around this way, and we will end it off on the coaster and take a quick look at the nighttime lighting. So just quickly go back this way. We had a couple more flat rides and restaurants back here. They're nothing overly fancy, but they definitely help to pad out the ride lineup because we gotta have more filler stuff just to disperse the crowd. So here's like your Larson loop right here. Kept it nice and simple with the colors, but I think it's really nice. Also did some custom supporting back there. I think it looks really cool. I hope you guys appreciate it as well. So now we're going to keep coming back this way, getting some great views of the massive intimate wind coaster right here, but we will get to more of that in a minute. Oh, my camera. Oh, goodness. I really hate when it does that. Alright, passing through walls. Okay, we are good. Haha, take that. Yeah, and we also have a nice little restaurant back over here. Doesn't have a name, but I couldn't be bothered, honestly. I was ready to be done. But yeah, so here we are, keeping on strolling back this way, taking in the incredible views, not just the scenery, but also the towering coaster right next to us, obviously. And there it actually goes up the lip and gauge save. Okay, we're good. And here's our last ride. This is Tiki Turbine. This is one of the star-shaped rides. I believe Marine World up in Canada got one, but I honestly don't know if I've seen too many of this ride in particular. So if you know where more like real life counterparts are, please let me know down in the comments. Because I need to be able to know these parks better, because I'm really discovering that I don't know anything. But yeah, so anyways, getting ready to power up right now. Epic. I love it. Oh, I see a problem with one of our lights there. I will take care of that in a moment. Anyway, we're going to make sure to walk our way. Record Mountain over here. There's the entrance to Tiki Turbine right there. Keep on walking this way. Yeah, see, this is the speed I was wanting to walk through the entire time, but we just couldn't get to it. Yeah, and so here is the Intamin Wing Hypercoaster Solstice. This is inspired by, obviously, Sky Rush at Hershey Park and Flying Ace at Faraway World. Both excellent coasters. I've only ridden Sky Rush, and we're going to quickly just cut through or I've only ridden Sky Rush, so I don't know much about Flying Ace. I'm just going to quickly cut through the line just to get on with the show here. But yeah, this one's also got a nice little custom cover right back over here. I think it's really nice. And the station here, again, this one's also inspired by Iron Gwazi Station with the whole fat group in the middle. But I've obviously added my own flair to it, kept it a little bit more simple. But yeah, so anyway, I step on in here. It's actually loading up right. Okay, yeah, it's just loading up right now. So I want to quickly pause it right here. Is a quick look at the stats here. 8 excitement, green across the board. Look at all the stats here. It's phenomenal. All right, anyway, I will cut to you guys when it's ready. So see you in a moment. Okay, and there it was, Solstice, the Intamin Hyper Wing prototype coaster. Here's a look at the trains here. Nothing special, but I think it's phenomenal, and I am very proud with how I'm very proud with the whole ride layout and stuff like that. So there is that, the full park tour, all done and dusted. Now, I didn't go into depth about everything because I wanted you guys to want to come check it out and just see everything for yourself and appreciate it all like I appreciate it. And I hope you can see the type of stuff we're going to be working towards with the West Brooke Pines Park we're doing right now. Because stuff we did here, I will be using as inspiration to going into that, and then also the other 3 parks we do after West Brooke Pines, because I do have a lot of ideas with them. But yeah, I guess one last thing we need to do before we sign off here is take a quick look at the nighttime lighting. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So here we are. So I will say, like I said, the wooden coaster back here, I didn't include as many lights back here. It's because of the fact I wanted to feel like it's back in the dark, like and stuff like that, and you're flying through the trees. Think of like the Beats at King's Island, like how it's got Orion over there, the Giga, with lights on it, kind of like this. So yeah, I think it's really joyful. And as we take a look at as a whole, the lights aren't, in my opinion, they aren't too overempowering, although they are kind of bright, I will admit. That's just the fact that's what they are in the game, so I can't really do much about it. But I think they help to set the tone of like this being a tropical park. And it originally, like I said, it wasn't supposed to be able to be a thing at night, really. But now that it is, I think it's actually really fantastic. Like, especially from a sightline like this. Isn't that amazing? It's absolutely amazing, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, I guess we will leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the park tour here. Yeah, I'm sorry that this kind of took a little bit longer to get out than I was hoping. It was supposed to come out on Monday, but I just had to do some final touching up in here before I could call it like officially complete, and I was okay with releasing it because I want it to be of a good quality for you guys because I think that's important. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to hit like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And also, if you think I've earned it, please share with your friends. I really want to grow this channel, and I want to build this stuff up with you guys, because I think it's better when we're together, you know? That's a cliche. Yeah, anyway, this is Capital Thrills, and I'm out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.